Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Happy Friday to you. Let's take a quick look again at Bitcoin, see what's going on. Back up to 101,000 after a candle wick down to as low as 90,200. Isn't that some BS? Oh my gosh, that made me really mad to see that happen just for the sake of all of humanity. But also, simply put, the price action responded quickly. That was literally a 1 minute God candle. And get this here, folks, it was how much? Drum roll, please. $4.92 billion sold. And that said, in 14 minutes, it was probably more like, 2 or 3 minutes. It was aggressive and ridiculous. Should never have happened. But regardless, it didn't hurt us at all. Thankfully, with our long positions we had open, we actually averaged into our positions nicely. So our Solana long and SEI long are both looking very good right now. So again, still in pretty good shape here. We're back up to fill this fair value gap. Look at how this is happening, folks. Price comes down to sweep this fair value gap. You expect it to kind of bounce at the $100,000 mark. Keeps going lower. Creates a new fair value gap, and the price comes back up to sweep it here just now. And it's probably hard to see on the screen. Unfortunately, I can't increase the color size or density, whatever. But right here is a fair value gap right as high as about 101,000. We just hit that. So generally speaking, local gaps have been filled. Let's take a quick look. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm kind of curious here if CME Futures has a gap. That was also filled too. There's just a tiny one there, I guess you could say. Actually, let's go a little smaller. Yeah, okay, there it is. Yep, so that got filled as well. So need to say that nothing too crazy. I mean, it is crazy if you think about it, just how aggressive that candle wick was. This was a, what is it? Jeez, a 10%, basically almost a 10% correction in under 5 minutes. Anyways, I think that's ridiculous. That is just normal behavior for Bitcoin or cryptocurrency more. So look at all this liquidation. Look at that. Boom. Everything as low as 92,000 got swept and destroyed. And you figured you'd be safe down there too with low leverage. You can never be too safe in this market, folks. So that's kind of what that looks like there. The old toilet flush, or the old rinse and repeat here. But generally speaking, we still have a lot of liquidation on the upside here. So I would say 105 to 106 is still a good target. Or I wouldn't say target specifically, more so just an area in which the whales are probably going to try to drive the price action, because they are just wrecking faces in either direction. So just be prepared for 105, 106 if we get closer to that 102, 103 threshold. We'll look at some support and resistance levels for the current range, but it's limited data for the most part. We haven't been in this range for long. So, some of those support and resistance levels we're going to identify today may or may not be like super strong, okay? No matter how you look at it here, liquidation again, as low as 90,000 to 85K. I would be surprised we get below 90K at this point, but 105 to 110 is a rough estimate as well. So we're kind of in that little shift there. So as you can see, we saw a continental divide right here at that exact moment where the price dropped really hard and everybody shifted to bearish. So now the late bears or the late shorts are going to start getting destroyed. Isn't it funny how that works? They get you to shift momentum thinking that we're going to keep dropping down to zero or whatever, as some say. And then, of course, the price just works its way right back up as if it never happened. This is absolutely ridiculous and insane. So let's take a quick look here at the current price point and kind of see where we're at. Open interest for the local time frames here. This is going to be a little funky, but what do you know? We have a massively large position at 95,000. That position, by the way, folks, is not something that you and I had got a chance to get into. The market makers that drove the price down so fast and so quick, they all bought right back in as soon as they sold, and they got a much better average price. So again, it's manipulation 101, folks. That's just kind of how it works out. But 95K is that lowest point of support, likely from the whales, not people like you and I. We're probably more so adding to our position at 98,000 in this range here, because again, that's what you're supposed to do. Or more importantly, people just finally figured out, like, okay, we're not going to drop super far. Again, we're late to the party as per usual. That's just how it goes. Either way, we have 100,000 exactly. That's a heavy concentration from before as well. That's still active. So we're above that level now. This is a good sign. Actually, I need to refresh. We can see here we're back up over that level. So this is good. I need to say, a lot of support below us. Simple way to understand it. We'll look at support levels here and support ranges, but this little area of 97 to 100,000 supposed to work strong as a support. We pretty much did, if you exclude this really ridiculous aggressive candle and the rough estimate of 3 hours where we spent below there, but quickly recovered. We can even see a retest of 97K here before the price pivoted. So again, awesome stuff there. It's still considered a support range, and these X's on the chart are just average entry considerations for Bitcoin. In hindsight, of course. Well, depending on when you got in, if you got in on the way up, those would be good average prices to get in. Again, 97 roughly and 100,000. I'm ballparking significantly. It's like 97.7 for that fib level, but still, it's a range, and that's what I just wanted to identify that. Okay, cool. So now we kind of know, all the shenanigans and the ridiculousness here. I mean, look at that candle. Oh my god, so stupid. We want to look at some important stuff here. First of all, daily time frame is going to still show bullish confirming factors, because even though we hit that little reset button, it was quickly resolved and the price came back to normal equilibrium fairly fast. While we do have more shorts in the market than longs right now, which is odd to me, we have a lot of converging factors here, a lot of confidence in this coin, or just importantly, the daily time frame looks good. So I'm going to just summarize the fact that we're in pretty good shape there. We're getting closer to 70 on the RSI. If we break through that, we could see 105 to 110. There's a distinct probability of that. But again, money flow index is low, but that's a flawed statistic just based on the simple fact that we had that ridiculous amount of outflow yesterday. So a lot of indicators are going to be kind of the old reset button got hit a little bit there. And when we look at MACD here, this is kind of confirming that, hey, even though we had a significant divergence there and a massive selling pressure, amount of selling pressure, we could see the MACD is converging, once again letting us know it's safe to get in at 100,000 plus now. Okay, again, we're over 50 on the RSI, stochastic swinging up. Like, we've got a lot of reasons here as to why we're just fine, and that was just something that you can pretty much almost forget about because it was so ridiculous it shouldn't have even happened. Again, folks, people, like, one party likely sold as much as they possibly had. They had $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. They sold it all at one point, and they bought in at 92, 93, 94K, and now they're sitting pretty. Okay? Well, everyone else is just wondering what the hell happened. But good news is the overall sentiment here is that we maintain this range. We didn't even close below 96.5. That's that local point of control, and it's a very, very good sign. Okay, so all in all, the situation here is still very positive. When we take a look here at the hourly, we can confirm as well that we're now starting to peak above the cloud. Lagging span is just about free and clear of the price action, and it's looking like sunshine and rainbows for the moment. Okay, now I'm not trying to tell you to just take a long right now and just go straight to the moon, as they say, but closing today above 100,000 or 99.7 would be a very solid benefit. Hypothetically, in the perfect world, the price kind of hangs out and comes over to about 100K, relaxes there, and then we just take off from there. That would be ultimately what we're looking for. Because again, we want to build a little more volume or foundation at this level, but the simple way to understand it is that we're breaking bullish here at this point on the hourly. While it's not fully confirmed, you want to wait a couple of hours, at least 3 hours in my personal opinion, 3 to 4, while we're above the cloud. So even if the price does pull back to 97.5, or more importantly, just 100,000 even, we'd be still in pretty decent shape here. While we don't want to close below 100,000, I wouldn't think that would be bearish. It just wouldn't be bullish. We want to close at 100K or higher. Okay, that's just kind of the easy way to understand it. So I'm really looking for a close above our local all-time high, which is once again roughly 99,700. Round number 100,000, and I think we should be off to the races. I'd be comfortable at that point with taking along with Bitcoin to the upside. So I think the worst is behind us for the moment, but again, as you see in the charts here, that can very well change at any given time. So I hope that you learned something today. Make sure you comment below, like, subscribe, follow if you haven't already. Jumping over to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord if you want, and be part of our something bigger there. I more so just have trading charts and a lot of relevant information there for you if you want it. I hope you have a good rest of your day, though. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.